This daf here Yerushalmi Maseches Orlah in the article Ozvar additional daf here Alf and Ralph at the two dots, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 8 lines down. In the Vilna, it is also at the two dots, and the two dots is at Vav Amud Aleph. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines to the bottom. Okay, so in our mission we said Becha Shenifsaka. It was a runner which ran off the tree, but it now got cut off. So if it adds 1/200th of its growth after it's cut off, then it's also because now the Orlah clock is down to start kicking. Orlah is also started ticking, and Orlah is also in 1/200th. So it's going to be also. So the Gemara says it's not just Beis Nifsa. I'm Rabbi Yehuda Lo Sodavar Brecha Avil Ilan. You have a tree which got uprooted and it was full of fruit, and now you replanted it. Then it took root. If it grows to 200th of its growth afterwards, obviously the clock starts ticking from scratch again, and it's osir. So then Rabbi Yossi, I said b'shem Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Yasin said name Rabbi Yochanan. Batzah she'okro v'shatlo. If you have a onion which are uprooted and replanted, that it's once it takes root again, you have to ma'aser according to its totality. And also, B'chiv Shem B'Yochanan said, "Batzah shog v'shaslo keman shehi ma'aser fikulo." The lo tizbar meimar afachakain. Don't think that it's the same thing. That even though it hasn't added 200th, the fact that you replanted it of itself, that it makes it Oscar Orlah. No. Here, you have to wait till it grows 200s. By Orlah, it's not immediately Osir. The Basa Sharko Vishaslo came in Shishwish, it's also right away. It has some Masvikulo. But here, even once it's Mashrish, you planted the tree or the Brecha, then it's still not going to become Osir until it grows 1/200th of its growth. Chilfi Rabbi Yochanan, Ilfa asked Rabbi Yochanan, Rabbi Shimon, according to Rabbi Shimon, the what was Rabbi Shimon in our Mishnah? Where are we quoting Rabbi Shimon from? No, so I was looking at Levi Yerushalmi. The Girsa is Rabbi Shimon, but it's not. The Girsa in the art scroll and all the fortune is Rabbi Shimon Lakish. So he actually asked in the base medrash. He asked Rabbi Yochanan and Shimon Lakish were both sitting there. Evidently, he asked in front of them. Okay, so Ilvi Rabbi Yochanan Rabbi Shimon Lakish. He asked them both the following question. Tevel Maushi Yosef B'Saim. This was interesting. That obviously Shimon Lakish was a Talmud Rabbi Yochanan. That's what I mentioned second, and presumably the question was primarily Rabbi Yochanan, but I guess since Rish Lakish was sitting there, so also the question is directed at him. Tevel Maush Yosef Yosef B'Saim. Tavlin of Orlah. Is it asr even if it's the proportion is greater than 1/200th because it's a tavlin, it's a spice, it gives off a taste. He said, "Ain't tevel b'yosef B'Saim." He said, "No, even tavlin is batel." To both Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Shimon Lakish answered both tavlin. I guess they both said. I don't know. Maybe one of them said, but no, even tavlin it doesn't ask more than a proportion of 1/200th. I didn't learn about the mechabetz. It says later on Perak Beis Mishnah Gimel, anything which leavens or gives spice or makes a mixture in Orlah and Kili Akarim is Osir. And if it's talking about just 1/200ths, in tamer, or depending where it is, of course, in tamer l'meil or Masayim, Meil is by Truma, and Masayim is by Orlah and Kili Akarim. So in tamer l'meil Masayim. So actually, Mechametz Tabel Dameh. Mechametz Tabel is chemetz, is leaven and metabo spice, and medamea is just plain mixture. So it depends what it is. Orlah kilaim is 200. Truma is 100. In tamer lamei, it's like I say it's talking about regular 100 and 200. What do you mean chametz hamdeh? I feel low chimetz. I feel low tibel. Even if it's not leaven, even doesn't leaven it, even doesn't make it tevel. Ella, so it must be talking about banovim anakayim. Chilva's question is when you use grapes and chami. Regular tavlin or mechame, and mechametz can ask more than 1/200, because otherwise it wouldn't mention them out. It wouldn't mention them separately and say kol mechametz amatabo. Sounds like it's much more. It's more than stamtim more. It's even. It's a chametz even if it's a greater portion. He doesn't understand about grapes, and grapes which are put into a dish in order to give it a taste, but it's not really spice. These grapes give it a specific taste. But it's not a regular, not as strong as a spice, and that they said that's not the portion 1 in 200. Rabbi Yossi qualifies. Rabbi Yossi said shlot somku. It's if the grapes haven't shriveled. I guess if they're raisins already, they give a stronger taste. In somku, they shriveled. Yesh tevel yes masayim. There's tevel in more than 1 in 200. Rabbi Chia b'shem Rabbi Yochanan said b'shlo bishlo. He's talking about even if they're not raisins, if they're cooked grapes, evidently they also give more of a taste, they're more of a spice. And bishlo yesh tevel yes masayim. If you cook the grapes, they also give taste, even a greater portion than 1 in 200. Okay, now it should say, according to the most on Mefarshim evidently, and basically Yerushalmi and Nazir, should say Rabbi Chia bar Ba b'shem Rabbi Shimon Levi said, and they have Rabbi Yossi Shem Chia Shimon Levi, and said Rabbi is also taken out here. No state tamim echel b'shishim. No state tamim echel b'meir. Sorry, that's the Gerus of Nazir. He holds that no state tam is in one. Is 1 in 100. I'm not sure I'm reading this correctly. Here, Levi. No say tamim she'echam mimea. Okay, and then it should say, okay, there was a line missing here. This is what it say. So it should say Chia bar Ba Shem Yerushalmi Levi said no say tamim be'echam mimea, and then Rabbi Yossi Shem Yerushalmi Levi Shem Rabbi B'toya said no say tamim echam b'shishim. That's machlekes. So no say tam 1 in 100 or 1 in 60. Amar Shuv Rabbi Yitzchak Rabbi Chia bar Ba Rabbi Yossi polyglot. You saw Rabbi Shmuel Rabbi Yitzchak said to Rabbi Chia bar Ba, hey, you said 1 in 100. Rabbi Yossi argues, he said 1 in 60. Umasisa pligal sheichon. And the Bryce argues about both of you. Because Bryce says, Kol mechametz tamim v'medameya. It says anything which is mechametz, anything which is mechametz v'tabel and medameya. And in Orlah Kila Kerem is also. And if you're going to say that anything can be 100 or 60, in terms of Masayim, a few lo chimetz lo tibel. So even without chimetz lo tibel, ella b'yotzar kayamin. It must be that there are the proportions can be higher, more than 160. It's more than 100. Once again, why would I say kol mechametz and tabel? Just say if it's medamea, it's what it's mixed up. Well, actually, Meduma is Mimino, so let's leave that. Just say a proportion of 1 in 100, 1 in 60. What's called mechametz tabel? It sounds like there's no limit up. You give it to us no matter what. So Amar Rabbi said, the tipater basar basar. You're right. Don't machlokes with 1600 is meat and meat. It's not, if it's metabel and mechametz, no guarantees. It can be much higher proportion. But that's the whole issue was by meat and meat specifically. So that's meat and meat of Isser and meat of Heter. But Amar Rabbi said he basa Yishar Kol Yisrael. It's not just meat and meat. It's any Isser. Don Rav Shem Yochanan Kol Yisrael Mishayin Oson says Kilu Kain, but it should be again according to the Yerushalmi and this time Chumas and all the Farshim claim Batza Kaflut. This is Bavli also Chulin Daf Sadik Zayin. So as Yerushalmi Chumas, the oil which get mixed up in a pot, you reckon it as if it is onion and kaflut. I think is a form of a turnip. And that is even though they give a lot of taste, there still is only it's up to 160, if not more. It could be that the tavli and mechamtzim which give more of a taste, but under normal circumstances, even onion and turnip, there's still going to be only a taste of 160 or 1 in 100. Maikadun, what's the conclusion? Okay, by normal circumstances, not tavli, not let's say pepper or something like that. By normal normal foods, even a food like onion, it's going to be 1 in 100, 1 in 60. So it has to do with the we learned out from Zora B'Shela from the ram, which is brought for a korban nazir, and you cook the Zora, which goes to Kohen, together with the rest of the aisle, which goes to the owner, and the one amount number holds that there's the arm which goes to the Kohen is Echem Shishabayil. Mandamar Echem Mimeo Atoises Ayil Zora Echem Mimeo. He holds it's 1 in 100. It's not a machlekes in Metzius. It's a machlekes in how we reckon. The question is whether we should leave this. We're already pretty far on to your base on Rav, so let's leave this for tomorrow. How we're reckoning with the proportion in the aisle of the Zerah to the rest of the aisle.